What if everything you've been told about Egypt's pyramids is completely wrong? Not slightly inaccurate, but fundamentally misunderstood. Because the Great Pyramid of Giza, standing tall for over 4,500 years, isn't just an ancient structure. It's a mystery that refuses to be solved. Built with more than 2 million massive stone blocks, each weighing several tons, it exists in a way that still confuses modern engineers. No machines, no advanced tools, no clear blueprint. And yet, somehow, it was built with a level of precision that even today feels almost impossible. The pyramid aligns almost perfectly with true north, not magnetic north, with an accuracy that challenges modern instruments. Its stones are cut and placed so tightly that not even a thin blade can pass between them. Think about that for a second. Thousands of years ago, without modern technology, humans created something that we still struggle to replicate. So the real question isn't just how they built it, but what they knew that we don't. For years, we were told a simple story. Slaves built the pyramids. But evidence now tells a completely different truth. Archaeologists have found worker villages, tools, and burial sites showing that these were skilled laborers, well-fed, organized, and respected. This wasn't chaos. This was precision, planning, intelligence. Almost like they were following a system, a method, something far more advanced than we've assumed. And that realization changes everything. But the deeper you go, the stranger it gets. Inside the pyramid, narrow shafts extend from hidden chambers, pointing directly towards specific stars, especially those linked to ancient Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. Coincidence? Or intentional design? Because if it was intentional, then the pyramid wasn't just built for the earth. It was built with the sky in mind, almost like a connection between two worlds. And then came a discovery that shocked researchers. In 2017, using advanced scanning technology, scientists found a massive hidden void inside the pyramid. A space no one had ever seen before. No doors, no clear entrance, no explanation. Let that sink in. For thousands of years, something has been hidden inside one of the most studied structures on Earth, and we still don't know what it is. The question is, what's inside? And why hasn't it been revealed? Now imagine this. If a structure in the United States had a hidden chamber that scientists couldn't explain, it would dominate the news. There would be live coverage, government interest, endless theories. But because this is ancient, we treat it like a quiet mystery. And maybe that's a mistake, because what if this isn't just history? What if it's something we're still meant to understand? Some theories suggest the pyramids were more than tombs. Maybe they were energy structures. Maybe they were symbolic gateways. Or maybe they were part of a larger system, one that connected knowledge, astronomy, and human belief in ways we've lost over time. Across the world, different civilizations built pyramid-like structures, separated by oceans and centuries, yet sharing a similar design. That's not easy to ignore. And here's where the mystery deepens even more. What if ancient civilizations were not as primitive as we think? What if they understood the world, math, stars, energy, in ways we are only now beginning to rediscover? Because the pyramids don't just challenge history. They challenge our confidence in modern knowledge. They force us to ask an uncomfortable question. Have we forgotten something important? Because the truth is, the pyramids are not just structures. They are questions carved in stone. Questions that have survived thousands of years. Questions that modern science still can't fully answer. And maybe the biggest mystery isn't hidden inside the pyramid. Maybe it's hidden in what we've chosen to believe about it. The strangest part about the Great Pyramid isn't its size. It's the feeling that something about it doesn't belong in the ancient world at all. Because the more researchers investigate it, the less this structure behaves like a simple tomb, and the more it feels like a puzzle deliberately designed to survive time itself. Even today, radar scans beneath the Giza Plateau continue revealing underground anomalies, sealed spaces, hidden pathways, unexplained voids buried beneath layers of stone and sand. And every new discovery creates the same reaction: more questions than answers. Because if humanity still hasn't uncovered everything inside the most studied monument on Earth, what exactly are we standing on top of? Now imagine the desert 4,000 years ago. No engines, no electricity, no modern tools, just endless sand beneath a sky filled with stars. And somehow, in the middle of that silence, an entire civilization created a structure aligned with astonishing precision to the cosmos itself. Not approximately, not randomly, intentionally. Many researchers believe the pyramids were connected to celestial patterns, especially Orion's Belt, a constellation deeply tied to Egyptian beliefs about the afterlife. To them, the stars were not decoration, they were destinations. The pharaohs believed the soul could ascend beyond Earth and join the gods in the heavens, which means the pyramid may have been built as something far more powerful than a royal grave. A bridge, a guide, a machine built for eternity. And then there's the mathematics. The Great Pyramid contains proportions so precise that even modern architects continue debating how ancient builders achieved them. Ratios linked to pi, patterns connected to the golden ratio, measurements that appear again and again throughout nature itself. Some experts dismiss these as coincidence. Others believe they reveal a forgotten understanding of geometry, far beyond what ancient civilizations were supposed to know. Either way, the mystery refuses to disappear. But what truly unsettles people is not the outside of the pyramid, it's the inside. Visitors entering the inner chambers often describe an atmosphere that feels strangely unnatural. Heavy silence, distorted sound, a pressure in the air that feels impossible to explain. Some experience dizziness. Others describe overwhelming emotion the moment they step inside the king's chamber. Scientists point toward acoustics and confined spaces. But the stories keep repeating across decades, across cultures, across generations. And maybe that's because the pyramid was never meant to simply be seen. Maybe it was meant to be experienced. Think about the people who built it. Thousands of workers dedicating years of their lives to a structure they knew would outlive them by centuries. Every stone placed with impossible care. Every angle measured with purpose. This wasn't random labor. This was obsession. A civilization pouring everything it knew into one monumental creation designed to resist time itself. And somehow, it worked. Kingdoms collapsed. Empires vanished. Entire civilizations disappeared into history. But the pyramids remained. That alone should make us pause. Because history usually destroys everything. Yet the Great Pyramid continues standing in the exact same desert where it was built thousands of years ago, almost untouched compared to every empire that came after it, as if it was never built merely to survive generations, but to survive civilization itself. And maybe the most disturbing possibility is this: what if ancient humanity understood something we no longer do? Because history is full of missing pieces, lost libraries, burned records, forgotten knowledge erased by war, disaster, and time. We assume human progress always moves forward. But what if knowledge can disappear? What if entire discoveries were lost long before the modern world ever began? That possibility changes the pyramid completely. Suddenly, it stops looking like a primitive achievement and starts looking like evidence. Evidence that ancient civilizations may have understood mathematics, astronomy, engineering, and human consciousness in ways we still don't fully grasp. And that's why the Great Pyramid continues to fascinate the world. Not because it's old, because it challenges our confidence. It forces humanity to confront a terrifying idea. Maybe the ancient world was not nearly as primitive as we were taught to believe. Because the moment you stand before the Great Pyramid of Giza, one thought becomes impossible to ignore. This structure should not exist the way it does. Not with that precision, not with that scale, not with mysteries still hidden inside it after thousands of years. Which means one of two things must be true. Either ancient humanity achieved something extraordinary that history still cannot fully explain, or the real story of the pyramids has never been completely told.